overseas Filipino workers are our modern heroes. But heroes also need a hero like Irma Cosico, who is battling for the rights of migrant workers and their family.
I was a child of an OFW. My father was working in Vietnam for 10 years. And my mom joined him in 5 years after. So I grew up with my spinster auntie. So very strict, but we have to study hard because we were taught that the only way for us to be together and for my parents not to leave was for us to get good jobs after graduation. It was a happy childhood, but some parts of it are not really that happy because I experienced Christmas not in December but in March. But all my siblings, we were all studying very hard. We were all scholars because we know that we are from a poor family, so we have to work hard. Yeah.
So how you develop that long distance relationship with your parents?
We just have to sacrifice not hearing from them for 1 year. Every now and then we would be getting mails, but it's different because you cannot hear them. You did not have telephone at that time. So I experienced like counting the days. I have a special calendar, and every day that the day is over, I would cross it out. So I would count the days when my parents would be back. So it was hard. It was really very hard. That's why I do not want families to experience what I have experienced in the past.
Yeah. So you're dealing with so many OFWs right now.
Yes.
So what's your best advice for them if their children here and they are working abroad?
Yeah. Okay, it's different now because we now have Facebook, we now have Wi-Fi. So what I advise them is to continue communicating as often as they can with their family, especially with their young children. And when they start working abroad, they should have a plan, like 3 years or 5 years of work. What would become after overseas work? There should be something that the family is doing in the Philippines and that they are investing in. For example, a small business. What we are teaching them is that, overseas work cannot make them rich. It is a business that would be growing, that could make them rich and be with the family for a lifetime.
Are you happy being involved with OFW organizations?
Yes, Rebecca.
Now?
Yes, I'm very happy because I'm not looking at it in terms of myself, but in terms of the impact that we have created to the lives not only of the migrant workers but their families. So when I see the changes, when I see an improvement in their lives, in the way they deal with the other OFWs, because we're not only teaching entrepreneurship and financial literacy, we're also teaching certain values, personal values, work values, personality development. So if you can see changes in behavior, changes in the way they do things, changes in the way they think, then that's a source of fulfillment for me. I'm very happy. So yeah, so even if I could have become somebody in the academy, that doesn't matter anymore. What matters to me now is the number of lives that we have touched, not only the workers, but their families.
Yeah. Wow. With that, what is the meaning of OFW heroes to you?
Okay, I have changed that OFW. From overseas Filipino workers, I have changed that to overseas foreign workers because we're also helping other nationalities. I have also changed OFW to OFI, meaning to say we want them to become overseas foreign investors. They can invest in the Philippines through their, the income that they earn abroad. So for me, they are temporary workers abroad, but they are future bosses and investors in their own country, maybe 3, 5 years, 10 years after.
So what would be the impact if these OFWs decided to come back to Philippines? What would be the impact for our country?
Yeah, I see a lot of small and medium enterprises growing. Yeah, from a small family enterprise, if they manage it well, and they're guided by our partner microfinance institutions in the Philippines, this family enterprise could become a small and medium enterprise. You know, like what happened to China. There are so many SMEs in China. It would also happen to the Philippines. Mushrooming of small and medium enterprises. It could mean employment generation, job generation for the communities in the Philippines. It could also mean more wealth for the families.
Would you continue to support OFWs or encourage Filipinos to get out Philippines to be an OFW?
I hope there will be more opportunities, job opportunities for Filipinos here in the country, because they are only forced to go outside, work abroad because of lack of opportunities. You know, there are many teachers, engineers who are getting, you know, jobs that are, you know, domestic jobs in overseas because of the lack of opportunity here. I think if there will be more jobs or more businesses needing people, then there's no need to go abroad and work, because sometimes when you look at the salary, it's almost equivalent to the minimum salary in the Philippines. So why work abroad? Why not work in the Philippines and be with your family? But the opportunity has to be there.
So with that, what's your best advice to countrymen, especially businessmen in the Philippines, in order to encourage our OFWs to come back here? How can they help? What's the message that you want to give them impact?
You know, Singapore has a policy, Singaporean first, meaning to say before a foreign worker can land a job, there should be a Singaporean to, you know, maybe that kind of policy, you know, offer the job first to Filipinos, you know, not only for, you know, the rank and file position, but also for top positions, you know. If there are qualified, talented Filipinos, offer the job first to Filipinos, yeah, because I can still see many foreign workers in the Philippines. Yeah, so and then for those who do not have that opportunity, especially those in the rural areas, maybe encourage entrepreneurship, you know, so maybe integrate entrepreneurship courses in, you know, the college courses, so that if a son of a farmer cannot land a job in the city, maybe he can become an agricultural entrepreneur, you know, because money is there, you know, so they just have to know how to do business out of what they have in the area.
One more.
Yes.
What's your advice to our future leaders?
Future leaders. Okay. As one of the speakers shared, you know, commit, you know. Commitment is very important. So leaders should be committed and should not look far away, just look around you, and you can do a lot of things around you.
All right. Thank you very much, Irma.
Yeah. Okay, thanks,
I'm
Rebecca.
so inspired.
I was inspired by your story. So, thank
So we're
you.
both inspired.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Every success has its struggles. Every dream has its trials and tests. Listen to their stories, because if they did it, you can also be self-made.
March would be another hectic month for the Asia CEO Forum. Don't miss the series of events featuring distinguished personalities in the business community of the Philippines. First off, Joseph Elias, General Manager of ADB Philippines, will talk about multi-generational leadership. Learn how it can transform your organization to one of trust and maximum business value. That would be on March 9th, 2016, Wednesday, 7:45 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. at the Discovery Primea Makati, Makati City. Meet the front-runners of the Philippines Business Processing Management on the Asia BPM Summit, presented by PLDT Alpha Enterprise. with elite sponsorship by AIG, Aon, Aspen, JLL, Synchrony Global, and Wipro. Catch it on March 16, 2016, Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the Manila Marriott, Pasay City. And from Manila, Asia's CEO goes to Cebu City, the country's newest epicenter of growth. Asia CEO Forum Cebu, presented by PLDT Alpha Enterprise, with elite sponsorship by JLL, brings together the business elite of the country's fastest growing economy. Be there on March 31st, 2016, Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the Marco Polo Plaza, Cebu. This and more on Asia CEO Forum. For more inquiries, log on to www.asiaceo.org.